Busia Senator Okiya Omtata has moved to court with amendments to his petition against the implementation of the Finance Act 2023, which takes effect on Friday. The Busia legislator's amendments question the legality of the bill on grounds that it did not pass through the Senate, yet it touches on counties and their governance. Omtata's petition comes as the university's academic staff union, that is WASU, also prepares to challenge the act in court. They don't say they will not be able to afford to pay the new taxes and the increased VAT as stated in the Act.
Hours from the start of the implementation of the provisions of the Finance Act 2023, and activist turned legislator Okiya Omtata is carrying on with a spirited fight against the Act. The Busia Senator has moved back to court to challenge the Act on various grounds, including the fact that the Act should have gone through the Senate.
There are many provisions which concern county governments, including the contentious housing issue, but they were not taken to the Senate. And in evidence, I produced a letter from the Speaker of the Senate to the Speaker of the National Assembly complaining as to how the Senate had been sidelined in the process, yet there were issues like even housing concerned the Senate.
Omtata also argues that the Act contained amendments to other laws in the Constitution that had nothing to do with raising revenues. He further states in his amended petition that the Act violates various provisions of the Constitution, including those contained in the Bill of Rights. He cites procedural violations in the passing of the bill by the National Assembly.
The budget did not have the revenue estimates. It only had expenditure estimates. Yet the Constitution at Article 221 requires that the estimates of revenue and estimates of expenditure must be clearly spelled out. So there are very, very many procedural infractions.
Once implemented, will see Kenyans dig a whole lot deeper into their pockets to finance Kenya Kwanza's maiden budget by paying 16% VAT on fuel, a housing levy of 1.5%, a digital content creation tax of 5%, amongst other taxes that activists have said will burden the taxpayer beyond their already stretched capabilities. Indeed, the University Academic Staff Union, WASU, says it is also moving to court to challenge the Act. The academics say the new taxes and the increase in existing ones will make life unbearable.
If we don't have immediate increments in our salaries, then workers cannot afford to pay for housing tax of 1.5% and the so proposed NHIF tax of 2.75%.
In this country now, anybody with a payslip is an enemy. And the payslip is being depleted each and every day. So what we are telling the President and the National Assembly, please increase our salary.
The union is in the process of filing their petition, while Omtata says the courts ought to move with speed to address these petitions.
Hii sheria nataka nianze kufanya kazi tarehe 1. Na mimi nimeonelea kwamba isiruhusiwe kuanza kufanya kazi kabla hii kesi yangu ijaangaliwa. So nimepeleka hoja kotini ya kuomba kwamba mahakama itoe amri ya kusimamisha hii sheria mpaka kesi itakaposikizwa.
The Okiya petition has also listed the Speaker of the National Assembly, the Commissioner General of the KRA, the Senate, the Consumer Federation of Kenya, and the Kenya Export Floriculture Allied Workers Unions as interested parties. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV, Nairobi.